Hi creative friends, this is Soraya and thank you so much for being here. So I allowed this to completely dry and I'm gonna bring it up close just so you can look and see all the delicious stuff that's going on here. I have to say that before I turned the camera on, I was looking at it and I am so smitten with it, you guys. Now what I tend to do is generally I have this really bad habit of covering stuff up and then later on going, you know what, I wish that I hadn't have done that. I wish I would have retained that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this painter's tape and I am going to cover up parts of the piece that I want to keep. So if I wasn't clear enough, let me just explain what I mean by that. Like I'll start painting, right? And initially I'll be like, oh my god, I love this part and I love that and I la la la, okay? But then I start painting and then I start covering like more stuff up than what I like plan on, I guess. And then at the end of it, I'm like, but I covered like so much stuff up that I didn't want to cover up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this painter's tape down so that I don't cover it up, okay? And this painter's tape, you guys, you don't have to buy it from an art store. You can just go to the painting section of like a Walmart or Home Depot or whatever, and you just buy like regular painter's tape. And the reason why this is so awesome is because it's going to completely cover up whatever you don't want to cover up with paint. But when you go to like pull it off at the end, it's not going to tear your paper. It's going to leave the upper part of the paper intact. So yeah, I love painter's tape, you guys. And also too, like if you want to keep a little bit of white edging around your, like a border around what you're painting, you can use painter's tape as well. So you know, you've seen like a painting, but then there's like just a white border around it. Yeah, usually they're using painter's tape to mark that off. So I just want to keep the eyes free for now. Like I don't want to mess with the eyes, and I really am liking like that part of the nose. So I am, now that seems like a lot that I've covered up actually, you guys, but yeah, I want to keep all of that like so. Okay. Another thing is, you guys, when I so this is my third video in this series, and it's my 100-day project mixed media portraits. And when I did the first video, I didn't really know like what, I mean, I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know like what the title was going to be or what the gist of the video, like the meat of the video was going to be. And now I decided that it's going to be Breaking the Rules. That's the name of the video. And what I wanted to say and how this relates to art journaling is that a lot of times, like when I opened up my art journal the other day, you know, and I said, hey, I was working on this like for I don't know how many years, you guys, like just on and off, you know, it could be, you know, 6 years ago, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, I don't know. But you know, I was just working in it, you know, I was just putting my heart and soul into it, whatever at the time, you know, whatever my art style was, whatever I was going through, I was just working on it. I was making backgrounds, I was, you know, doodling, I was waiting for my daughter, and I had an extra 15 minutes, so I got out my ballpoint pen and I started, you know, making patterns or whatever. The thing is that sometimes we don't know what something is going to turn out to be, whether it's a video, whether it's an art journal, and sometimes we do. Like with my Healing Ancestral Trauma art journal, it didn't start off that way, but a few pages in, I knew what it was going to be about, and it like was so clear to me, and I became so focused, and there was never any doubt after I figured, oh, this is a journal about healing ancestral trauma. And you know, that was that journal. But the other journal that I opened up a few days ago, I didn't know what that journal was gonna be about, you know what I mean? But like, it doesn't matter. Just create, you guys. Just show up. Just show up. You don't have to figure everything out. Sometimes you're going to know the path is going to be clear. It's going to be like, yeah, this is my healing ancestral trauma art journal. I know exactly, you know, what I want to do, what I want to say. I know what's going on. All the puzzle pieces are fitting. Okay, that's great, right? That's great. But, you know, another journal could be like, okay, well, I started this 10 years ago. I had no idea what I was doing. And now, 10 years later, I'm like, oh, now it's making sense. Now I know what I want to do with it. Now I want to work in it. Now, la la la. They're both, that's great too. They're both great paths, because the thing is, you're showing up. You're showing up for your work. You're showing up for your art. You're showing up for yourself, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to say that, you guys. But anyways, yeah, so now what I'm gonna do is, now that I've blocked that off, I am gonna put some of this ink color, which is like a Payne's gray, and it's in my chalk paint. So see, I'm gonna put like some of that down, and I do want to water it. So and I'm really excited about seeing, like, when I pull up the painter's tape, like, you know, how the juxtaposition is gonna be like. Oh, I'm so excited about that, between the ink and whatever is on the page that I covered up. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, you guys, is I am gonna add some kind of non skin color colors that are not what I would normally use for skin colors. So I'm not saying, I mean, I think if you get your values right, you can use any color, but for me, this is a purple, and this is very outside my comfort zone, but because this video is about breaking rules, I'm gonna try it out. Now, the thing is, it could work or it could not work, and if it doesn't work, it's okay. I tried it out, right? You know, that's the thing. Sometimes we try out something and it's, you know, we're breaking the rules and it's new and we're like, oh my God, and it works. And then sometimes it doesn't work, and it's okay. The point remains that we tried it out. And us trying it out means that, hey, I've done it. So maybe the next time it might work in another portrait, right? It just didn't work in this portrait. So it's totally okay. Now I am gonna put some of it over like top of here. Okay, and that might seem a bit odd, like why am I putting it on top of the painter's tape? But I'm also gonna put it around, you know, like that, and maybe in there. So I'm kind of like, in my mind, I'm kind of using this a little bit as my ultramarine blue. Like the parts that I would put the ultramarine blue, I'm kind of using this purpley. It's like a really pretty, what is it called? It's FW ink, and this is called, it's called Purple Lake. And there's a number like 4. Oh my God, I can't even read it, you guys. It's so small. Oh my goodness. It's Purple Lake. There's a number like 4 something, but I can't read it. I'm so sorry. But it is a really beautiful, rich ink here. And I've, like, I think I mentioned this, I've been like really studying, looking at a lot of Van Gogh's psychological portraits, where he just uses green and just other colors too, so masterfully. And I'm kind of scared to try it out, but I'm also like inspired to at least try it, right? Like, who knows, like it may work, may not work. That's kind of the way it goes. So I just want to touch on something I mentioned in my last video about breaking the rules. So generally, you guys, yeah, breaking the rules is part of art. And the thing is, when you know the rules, you can break them. But like I mentioned, you can't break all the rules. You don't want to do that. Like, you want to break, yeah, sure, you want to break some of the rules, but you want to have other rules that are going to anchor your painting, right? Because if you break all the rules, then I don't know, like that's, I don't know. I don't know if there's an artist that broke like all the rules. Like even, you know, the very abstract artists, they were so following rules actually, and they might even have followed the rules even more. I know it sounds strange, but when you're doing abstract, you really have to anchor in on the rules, because it becomes more, the more rules you break, the more important the rules that you don't break. They play a more important part in your painting, because they're like providing the foundation, right? The scaffolding to hold the painting up. If that, does that make sense? So I'm gonna pull a little bit of this out there. And to put like right there. And all I'm doing, you guys, is just kind of building up my like my skin tones and my hair. And I want to like drag some of this burnt sienna, I want to drag it into the hair here. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna bring this up closer just so you can see what's going on. Now, the great thing about this burnt sienna ink is it's transparent. So when I, like if I don't mix it with the chalk paint, because obviously the chalk paint is gonna make it opaque, but if I don't mix it with the chalk paint, it is going to show whatever is underneath. It's really going to show through, and it just makes it so interesting and luscious. Like I'm putting it over this purple lake color here, and let's just see what happens, right? But as you can see, it's really kind of taking, it's like getting some meat, you know, on its bones type of thing. Now I am gonna peel that off. Do you see what I mean? I'm peeling off the tape and it's not taking the paper off. And this tape is not very expensive, you guys. Like I want to say it's like about $3 or $4 for, and it lasts me like a long time because I don't use it a lot. Okay, and I just want to put a little bit on there. Oh, I want to put some of this purple on there, you guys, because like remember I said I'm kind of thinking of this purple as my ultramarine blue. Like that's kind of how I'm looking at it in my head. So I just want it to be like kind of, ooh, that's a lot. Okay. Okay, and I'm just gonna put it like, I'm gonna put it like directly on there and just see what happens. A lot of this is about experimenting, right? So let's just see what happens. Okay, you guys, I am gonna let this completely dry, and let's just kind of move that over there. and I will be back. So, oh, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up closer just so you can see. Like, this is really kind of starting to take some dimension. So I'm gonna let it dry naturally, and then when I come back, I'm going to peel the painter's tape off. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna work on it a little more and then peel the painter's tape off, but I'm really loving these rich, delicious skin tones. I'm wondering if I should put a like a background of, I don't know, chalk paint, maybe in cashew or maybe in the ink. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. I don't know if I want to go with a light value or a dark value. I don't know. But anyways, you guys, if you watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.